Hey, what's going on? I'm Jim Post, sophomore on the men's wrestling team, captain.
Yeah, and I'm Seth Richardson. I am also on the wrestling team at 165. I'm a senior in the health science.
We got a couple questions for each other today. So Seth, what about wrestling do you find the most enjoyable?
The best thing I find about wrestling is that it's an individual sport. I can walk on the mat, and if I win or lose, I get all the, praise, but I take all the responsibility if I lose. So I held myself accountable, and I can't, blame other people for my success or my failures.
I like that.
Yeah,
You got one for me?
Yeah. How'd you get into wrestling, Jim?
So my older brother was a real good wrestler, and like any younger brother, I just wanted to be like him. So I started at a young age. Had a bit of a gap in between my career,
How old are you, Jim?
I'll be turning 40 in here on the 13th, so I had a 22-year gap in my career, but we're still keeping it going.
Let's go. What's next?
What's the best place for you to get a pre-meet meal, Seth?
Yeah, that's a good question. Wrestling, I don't eat, so I don't really get a pre-meet meal. I would say the best pre-meet meal I get is a drink at the water fountain.
Cold water, it's always great, man. What is your favorite television show ever?
This is a tough one. There's a lot of good TV shows, but the first one that came to mind for me would be Courage the Cowardly Dog. Watching that back in like 3rd grade, best times ever.
3rd grade, I was probably like 18 back then. Seth, what would you rather wrestle, a bear or an alligator?
I think I'd have to go with a bear. I mean, there's a lot of different options, so you can get a brown bear, black bear. I think I'd lose against a polar bear or a brown bear, but I'd take my odds on a black bear for sure.
Nah, man, my money's on you.
So Jim, what's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten from a coach?
So I'd say in the beginning of this journey, Coach Green, our head wrestling coach, he said you can't look at your career season to season. You have to look at it all when it's done and see the work that you've put in. So I think that was a good perspective to look at this journey, and I'm just waiting for that senior year to come through and I can look back and say, hey man, I gave it my all.
That's what's up. So Jim, would you rather get $1 every time you compliment a stranger, or would you rather get $10 every time you insult a stranger?
See, I'm not a greedy guy, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with the $1 because I feel like also the more positivity I put out there in the world, the more I'm gonna get back. And I mean, that's just a lot of fights when I'm running up to people and just insulting them all day. And I only got so much time.
Jim's a good guy. Good guy right here. All right, you got anything else for me?
I think that was it, man.
I got one more for you.
Oh, all right.
So who do you think would win in a fight between Superman or Batman?
Superman or Batman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go Superman, right? Because Superman was born with the powers. Batman's just a rich dude with a lot of gadgets and stuff like that.
I 100% agree.
So Superman all day,
All
man.
the movies, they always try to put Batman on first, but Superman literally has lasers coming out of his eyes.
But realistically,
I don't think you could argue with that.
I think Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee will beat them both. So that's mine.
All right, that's a hot take, Jim.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Fear the moose.